Hi Leo, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and today we are doing July readings. I've got the Light Seers Tarot here, and just a quick reminder before we get started. These are general readings for a general audience, so it's not quite the same as a one-to-one reading. It might really resonate with you this month, or there might just be one or two nuggets that you recognize or that inspire you. So this is good for Leo Sun, Leo Rising, Leo Moon. That's what I focus on anyway. Everyone's welcome, but that's kind of what I focus on when I shuffle. So I do invite you to check out all of the readings for those placements, your Sun, Moon, and Rising, or watch any of them that you want to watch. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you. I like to fast forward the video through the shuffle, and I will meet you on the other side of the shuffle for your reading. See you there. Okay, Leo. Let's look at the themes, events, and advice for July. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. So we've got the Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, Two of Wands, and Death Rebirth. This is pretty stunning, pretty powerful. Starting with the Ace of Cups. Aces are opportunities. I struggle with this because I want to support anybody who loves getting their tarot cards read and needs a little support and wants a little bit of validation. But I have a hard time, with folks who want to hear what's going to happen to them. Life is really about going out there and meeting it and interacting with it and co-creating with life. You've got to go out there and try stuff and meet people and fall in love and tell your crush you like them and put yourself out there and make mistakes. And, it's about doing as much as it is about having things happen to you. You don't get anywhere just sitting in your own apartment, right? And there are tarot readers who are happy enough to tell people what they want to hear that might just come to their front door. So I'm always really reluctant to read the cards from the point of view of here's what's coming towards you. Except for there are some cards in the tarot that indicate opportunities coming towards you. And aces and pages are those cards. So here we have, my dear Leo, an Ace of Cups. And aces are a little help from the universe that says, here's a time that is more fertile for you to find and practice love and loving. The Ace of Cups is a new chapter in love and connecting with others. It can certainly be romantic love. So for any of you Leos that are looking for romance, and most times Leos are, no matter what their relationship status is, Leos love a good flirt, right? So if you are looking for love, get out there on those dating apps. Swipe whatever way you need to swipe. I forget which way that goes. But this is also about connecting with your friends, connecting with your siblings and your parents and your cousins, and really share yourself with someone else and be a safe space for someone else to share themselves with you. If you're one of those Leos who's been focusing a lot on their career and been putting more time into the office or what have you, or just been putting all their effort into one relationship and maybe has been letting some others, taking some others for granted. This is an excellent time to get back into connecting with your tribe, and really getting deep and really strengthening those bonds. And this is also echoed nicely in this Eight of Swords. Now, typically in the Eight of Swords, we see a central character that's surrounded by swords, and she looks like, and she's blindfolded, and it looks like she's trapped by these swords. She's trapped by these ideas. Swords are ideas and thoughts and expectations and philosophies. She looks like she's trapped by these ideas she has of herself, but she could easily walk away. It's just that she's kind of bound herself into this little prison. And what these swords represent, or in this card, what these birds represent, let's see if we can get this more in focus, is thoughts that the central character has about herself. These ideas that have her trapped into this false sense of this false prison that she's entrapped herself in. And sometimes this false prison, these false ideas or expectations that we have of ourselves keep us from really being open and vulnerable to other people, because we're wearing essentially a mask in our everyday life when we're trying to be too perfect, or when we're trying to be some version of ourselves we thought we should be. If we thought we should have hit some career milestone by now, if we think we should be some kind of weight or look some kind of way every time we leave the house, or have so many followers, or whatever it is. So this is connected to this connecting card, in that it's suggesting there's something you can let go of, or perhaps some number of things you can let go of that will support you in really connecting and getting back to that heart space where you can really make strong bonds, and let go of some false ideas you have of yourself, or some expectations that are just getting in the way of allowing yourself to be real with other people. There's this false concept that you just don't need to have of yourself anymore. Now, we also see in July, we see you plotting and planning perhaps some travel, perhaps some move. It looks like it could be related to career, because Leo, almost everything you do is somehow related to career. Even when you're on vacation, you're thinking about moving up. Oftentimes, many of you, I should say. But it looks like there is some travel or some sort of vacation, and some sort of plotting or moving ahead in that way. Travel is really supported here. So if you are thinking about taking a vacation for yourself, there is just that little teeny tiny reminder about the work-life balance piece. Do give yourself a little bit of pampering. Do give yourself a little time off from the plotting and the planning the next step. At least give yourself one spa day. Do have an adventure that is not related to the next career step, or the next, viral video, or whatever, content creation. Just give yourself a little bit of breathing room, because we're seeing in the next card here, Death, Rebirth. There's something that you're letting go here, and I think it's very much related to between the Ace of Cups, where you're really opening up this heart space. You're doing a tremendous amount of work and letting go of these false ideas of yourself. and some sort of plans are shifting, or some sort of some maybe you're shifting some kind of career goals in this travel that leads to this sort of death rebirth moment. So the Two of Wands is typically planning your next conquest. It could be a career conquest, like planning a next career goal. It could be a romantic conquest. It could be a travel conquest, an athletic conquest, like planning to run a marathon for charity. Wands are associated with your passion, your drive. There's usually an ego attachment too to wands, so it's something that makes you feel seen and known, something that feels significant to your identity. It is typically fiery, and of course, fire is associated with Leo as a fire sign. But I think this Two of Wands in this particular reading for you, Leo, goes greater than a career conquest or a romantic seduction. In the context of this reading, this looks like a bigger shift. You're changing a trajectory here, and you may be making some big decisions over or during a summer vacation. At least it's summer here in the Northern Hemisphere where I live. Wherever you live, you may be having a moment where you take stock, where you make a plan following this decision or this release of some mask or some expectation of yourself that is or has kept you trapped, that is no longer going to keep you down. And on the heels of that, you're going to take a turn, or you are going to be making a decision that might require a move. It definitely requires a shift, but it may require a physical move. Now, finally, we have the Death Rebirth card. And I think every time the Death Rebirth card comes up, I tell the story of the caterpillar. So I'll tell it again. You know, it's like when the caterpillar is on the ground and they know that they just need something different, something greater. They don't want to be crawling along on the ground anymore. And so they pull themselves away from their life on the ground. Maybe they crawl up a stem somewhere and they spin a little cocoon. And in that little cocoon, pulled away from all their friends and the life that they know, they turn into goo. And it hurts being goo. It hurts not having a shape, not knowing what they are, knowing they can't be that thing that they were, and not quite yet knowing what they will be. And they sit there in that cocoon, in that no place as nothing for a little bit, until things start shifting and moving and changing, and they start taking form. They don't know what it is until they bust out of that cocoon, and all of a sudden they have wings, and they're no longer crawling along the ground. They're this thing with wings in the air, and their life is no longer what it was, and they are no longer what they were. They're a whole new being. So that's what the death rebirth speaks to. It's not physical death, it's transformation. So, Leo, that is what's happening this month as you open your heart to others. It might even be a little bit painful. You might not be used to this experience. It might feel a little gooey even as you let go of these expectations of yourself, or this mask, or this false philosophy that's only been keeping you trapped. It might require a shift. It might require a physical move. It might require it definitely requires a complete transformation. And you'll go from maybe a creature on the ground to a creature with wings. That's obviously a metaphor. You're not going to grow wings. But my point is, there's a big shift happening for you in July. This shift will bring more opportunities towards the end of July because it's going to be way cooler when you have wings, right? You're going to see so much more. You're going to go farther. You're going to feel so much more freedom to go farther, faster with the wings, right? And that's a metaphor. uh, and connecting with others, I think, like with the caterpillar metaphor, I suspect perhaps you've been cocooning a bit, or maybe doing the hermit bit, maybe even focusing too much on career, or maybe you've kept yourself trapped in these philosophies that have kept you apart from other people, these kept you trapped in, these false ideas that kept you out of socializing, even, or certainly socializing in a true way. So when you start opening up your heart and opening up yourself in an authentic way, and it feels a little gooey, I think you'll be surprised at how it opens up more opportunities, not just in terms of relationships, but in terms of even whatever your career goals or connections or networking, whatever your industry is, it can only enhance. I don't see a lot of career cards here specifically. We don't see a lot of financial, work interview. We don't see any of those cards here for you, Leo. We see transformation cards. We see connection cards. We see you working on you, connecting with life cards. And once you do that, I think you're going to be moving into Leo season with tremendous power. I hope you like your reading, Leo. I hope you're empowered to make these changes and make these connections and honor the truth of you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time, take good care. Bye for now.